Ha! Welcome to the what stream. And to see if I did things in the right order, or if I am zero brain cell. Hi. Save. So now we have test load case. The use of a hard drive disk is very disconcerting sound, isn't it? I am still live, but it says no time has passed. It's freaking me out. Genuinely freaking me out here. No, I am live. Just about live. So we've saved this, and unfortunately, this is all gonna get toasted. So because we're gonna have to write the script that loads the file, and that will have to do some stuff, won't it? So if we think about how we create things from the child widget up, which is a stupid thing to do, apparently. It's not the way you meant to do things, and you meant to actually do things from the top down, because getting references to parent widget blueprints is hard, difficult, confusing, perhaps. There is a way we could access recursion. We could do like a recursive function to access parent things to find the actual parent class that we're looking for, but that's for a different story, kids. We're not making a robust system here. We're making a specific system, which will become robust over time when I get pissed off at it not working correctly, and we will end up having to rewrite everything every time. So anyway, let's open the editor utility widget script writer, which is the overarching utility widget that we use to write the scripts with. And let's open test load case so we can check to make sure everything is actually correct in here. So conversation boxes. We have 2 conversation boxes here. 2 conversation boxes. 1 conversation box. 2 conversation boxes. 1 conversation box. So that's everything that I put in. So the saving of the files works. The saving of the files actually works in a very strange manner, whereby we save the file and then we open the file and edit the contents of the file. So I don't know about that. That might actually be wrong. That might. Oh no, we don't, do we? We change the files and then we save, don't we? Let's keep that onto one side. Let's go to the graph. On-clicked asset name, use asset name, add asset, load asset name, asset use asset name. For construct, let load name, add let load name. Where is it? Here we go. On-click B save. Asset tools create display name, print string. We print that to the screen just to be sure. Then we cast to script object. We get all children input actual, cast to UMG conversation tile. We create the file that's going to be saved, essentially in RAM. And then we set the target script object's conversations . And then we save it. And this is where it asks us if we want to overwrite. So that actually should be fine. Like if we didn't have this, it wouldn't save the file, it would just dirty it. I'm not going to test that, that would take too long. I mean, it would take minutes, and I don't want to do that because I'm pretty sure that works correctly. Anyway, I think the real way you meant to do this is to use an asset factory, because that's essentially what we are doing. But it will do for now. Unclicked. Let's move these up. How you didn't get selected is beyond me. Let's move these up here, because they're fairly cut and dry rudimentary functions of the thing which have been done. New column. Do we even use this? I don't think we even use this. Find references. Event graph, new column. Yep. GG. Because we don't use a grid anymore. Free construct. That is this, right? So we can replace this with free construct, right? And it just makes it a little bit smaller, a little bit tidier, and we got a function call instead of a inline macro function. So that it might even make the code a little bit more performant. We're gonna get rid of that. You know what? Let's do a tiny little bit of tidying up on this before we move on to the loading section. Not because I'm scared of writing loading functionality. I'm not a baby. But I am a baby rage. And I do want my blueprints to not look ugly as sin. A little bit compact, a little bit compactualized. That's right, Reno. It is very popcorn moment, yes. I don't enjoy this. I do not enjoy that bit. That one little squiggle. It's not enjoyable. It looks a little bit better, I guess. So I think what we're going to have to do is create some kind of a... What's the opposite of recursion? So recursion is when we have a function that does something, and if we don't hit our floor statement, it does what it does to itself again, right? So a good example of a recursive statement for example purposes that doesn't actually really do anything functional would be like if you were to have some kind of summing function where you take a number, and while it is below a certain threshold value, you increase the number, right? So you would have something that looks like something like this. You can tell I don't do this very often anymore. Brackways if a is less than 3. Sum x a plus 1 at least you'd have a declaration. We've been instantiating it there. Returns it. I don't think that works because we've got a scoping issue there. It's been a long time since I've written an EC. Please be gentle. But something like that, right? So if a is less than 3, we do the function. Require an else? Does it require an else statement? Because if we just right, okay, so we could actually just return. We can just return. We can else return a, right? We don't need to instantiate a local variable for this. Yeah, so if a is less than 3, sum x a plus 1, a in this local scope becomes a plus 1 in the local scope. It doesn't return anything, and then it doesn't return anything. Say if a is 1, right? So this is a is less than 3. Why am I going through this dummy script? It's just an example of recursion, right? So it will add 1 to a until a is greater than or equal to 3. Will equal 3 exactly, and then it will return a, which will be 3. But what I want to do is to call a function on a child object, and that child object be given a smaller subset of the enumerator, the struct, that we have. You know what I mean? So we start off with the big struct, and then in the for each of the big struct, what we have is the struct name, which will associate it with the specific actor, and we'll have the struct array of conversations. And for each conversation, we need to create a conversation tile, right? And then each of those conversation tiles needs to be passed the information to deal with the thingy, right? Each of those conversation tiles needs to be passed the data to fill in each of the editable texts in each editable conversation tile, right? So it's you know what I'm talking about? It's not recursion. It's like the opposite of recursion. So instead of breaking the problem down into itself, we're breaking the problem down into child objects. You know what I mean? I've been live for 30 minutes and this is all I've done. Oh my god. Making video games it just takes so long. What the hell? So we need to actually define a function for handling each one of these specific things in the child widget object classes, which is fine. I can do that. Because when we call a function from a I've just realized we can't call a function in a child widget from the parent widget or from the parent widget to the child. I don't think we can, at least. Or can we? Can we not? Could we? Let's go strictly to the UMG. Oh, clever. UMG conversation tile widget blueprint and go to the blueprint Bumblebee Transformer, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy here. Let me add you to the overlay. Where is it? Yeah, nice. So we add an event on UMG conversation tile. Event custom. Load data to tile, and it takes an input of an array of all my STs are going to be under ST. It's going to take in an ST conversation, right? A singular ST conversation, yes. Break ST conversation. We're gonna print. We'll just print the conversation title to the screen. We'll be fine. So if you go back to the EUW scriptwriter, on click be saved, be load on clicked. Load asset. Load asset. Is that what you want? Load asset path from ET load name. Yeah. I'm gonna make this a variable. Okay, so this is gonna be string append A, B, I think we need the object file extension. I hope we don't, because I haven't put it in. We load that from the asset path. Cast to script. We're in as script. Get conversations. Okay, so this is going to print to the string we're in if we've managed to load the file, and it's going to go through each individual asset in the thing, and it will use the thing. So test load case, if we go to EUW scriptwriter, use load name file, load. Ooh. Load, hello. Nothing. Very good. Print string. It's not printing anything. That's interesting. On click to be load. It literally isn't doing anything. Worrying. Oh, here we go. It's not printing it to the screen, which sucks, but it is actually, it's getting it. Okay. Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright. Okay. I guess we can just allow it to silently fail. Or in fact, print text. It prints it to the log. Printer screen is selected though. That's a funny error message that will never get used. Funny. Because I'm the conversation manager, and I'm the only person who's gonna see that. Funny. Okay. We can't do a for each loop yet. Because we have to actually clear children. And then there's actually something I want to test, right? So if we go here and we go to EW scriptwriter, we go to, ooh, no. Script.c. Test load case, there it is. So that clears it, and that brings it back. Thank goodness. At least we know one thing works. That's good. It's good. That's progress. So we go back here, and for each, we don't need that print string anymore. For each ST conversation structure, what we need to do is UMG conversation create widget UMG conversation tile. Yes. World context can be self. Add child. And then, what was it? Load data to tile. We can call a function. Hello. Array element. And this is just going to print this print. This is going to print string of the conversation title of each conversation and add a conversation tile of each for each object. Yeah. And we go to the output log, and then we go, I am the test load case. This tile is to test. Hi. Working good so far. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's a handy hot damn. So load data to tile. The first thing that we need to do is, well, we still need to break it. So we'll break it. But the first thing that we need to do is container main, get container main, set child. Set child x set slot padding, minimum size, set child 2. add editable widget. Editable conversation, editable title. So what we do is we get UMG add editable widget and we remove from parent. That's the first thing that we do. We get rid, because we never actually reference this, okay? We dynamically add and remove these all the time. So we add UMG add editable widget, remove it from the parent. And I think we'll do another one for the editable text, right? Because, why not? Editable conversation, yes. And then the first thing that we do is editable conversation title. Get editable. Get ET title, yes. Set text. No. Set text. Thank you. Got there eventually. Just took a little bit of a struggle. And then for each loop, Visual Studio, please chill. Chill your beans, friend. Visual Studio, I did not request. Stand down, Visual Studio. Oh god. It's standing up. It's fully occupied my PC. Go away. Go. Why did you think I wanted to edit the internal editor specific fucking set text function in UMG? Please, Unreal. For 5 seconds. There's very little chance that anyone wants to change that. Very small, very slim probabilities. Create widget. UMG editable conversation. Get container main. Add child. Get ET line 1. Get ET line 2. Line 3. I'm gonna route these over the top. What about that? Oh, that looks nice. Move these back a little bit. Like so. Not that far back, actually. And there we go. Line 1 to 1, line 2 to 2, line 3 to 3. And then when this array index loop has completed, we need to umg add editable widget. So now, if I were to go to EUW scriptwriter and I were to select test load case, and I were to click load data into the data, load asset data into data. Yes, of course, the data. You mean the editor, right? Yeah. Oh. I'm the test load case. Congratulations, you have successfully loaded the test load case. Title is to test the multi-line load case loader and the multi thing loader, and see if I did things in the right order. If I am zero brain cell. Hi, woo. Check it out, kids. We got a save system. We got a load system. We got a we need to do that, yeah. Oh, but we can do that in EUW scriptwriter after we've added all the conversation tile widgets. When that's completed, because that calls the function on each one of those, we just need to add create UMG add new conversation tile widget input actual. Just that. That's all we need to add to this. Simple as. Nice. Clever, you're here. I had no idea. Boop. It's very satisfying. That's extremely satisfying, yes. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. Very happy. Oh. And look at that. All of our edits are there. Do you not just think that this is the wildest, greatest, coolest thing? The only thing that irks me is that the EUW scriptwriter cannot be its own tab. It makes me very sad. You could almost say it makes me sad. But we can make it a full screen object. We can full screeny the beanie. So, Sag, I thought you were a Capricorn, but and the reason we've been working on this is because we started drafting out an NPC, a test NPC slot. And the craziest thing, we can just have this permanently docked, like in the editor, forever. It's just so crazy. Anyway, yeah, we had a NPC test, which was our PA NPC test. And we have a controller, right, as well? Like we can run around the world. If I do not distinctly misremember. Test UMG handler, of course. Noise. So okay. Hear me out. BPA test UMG handler. Here it is. Add UMG to screen. Should add viewport text box. Add text in next item text box. So yeah, okay. Test text UMG text box. I'm gonna duplicate this UMG char 2. There's no, oh, there is, okay. But it works, right? Compiled, saved, compiled. And you have an animation, right? Test animation, entry, designer. Boing, boing, boing. Okay. So that seems fine. But what are you animating there? Hold on. What are you animating? You're animating the character, that's fine. So I want to replace that with child, and I want to replace you with the child, and then you. Okay, let's see if this works without the retainer box for the mono-spaced font thing. It does, because it's monospaced. And that makes me happy. But it's still destroying the frame rate of the game. No, it's unstable. It's better. It's definitely better. Can we get Can we get rid of the can we get rid of the size box then, perhaps? Oh. Oh, hey. No. No, we cannot. We can. And it does create a nice improvement on the FPS. But the text is now scrunched. No. What if we replace the scale box, which I don't think was doing anything other than padding it? That's just the smallest it will go. I'm fine with it. Where's Prime Codec? Hey, Prime Codec. Hey, look. Hey, look. It's optimized now. It was the scale box that was messing us up. Possibly combined with the render target pasting. But this looks fine to me. The spacing's a little funny, but we'll deal with it. It does jiggle a little bit. But you're obviously not going to be dragging the screen while you play the game. You're obviously not going to be doing this. This is game dev only territory, right? None of the text is going to jiggle around in the actual game. No text jiggle. My text don't jiggle, it folds. I just wonder if the lines are a little bit too close together now. I wonder if we should try and add some vertical padding, maybe, if I'm allowed to, inside the UMG char 2. If we add it to the bottom, if we add four pad to the bottom of the char, and then run out. We should see maybe a little bit better line spacing. Yeah, that's... Is that not better? Like, we have a little bit of separation now between the letters. The descenders and the ascenders. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? And we should still be able to drag it open. It's big size. We get big frame rate. 46, 47 when it's small. And then Ah, because we're changing the field of view. I see. I understand. Most of the optimization there that we were maybe seeing is actually just because the field of view is being. Is it? It's not, is it? I mean, it is, but it's not. But it is, but it's not. That isn't. That's weird. Maybe it's just because I'm trying to dynamically change the window size of a camera that doesn't want to be dynamically changed the window size of. We'll never know, kids. It'll be a mystery forever. But we have improved the performance of the text box by a large margin, a significant margin. Prime Codec, I hope you're happy. We haven't used your solution, but we have refined the internal design of the UMG assets. So I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're happy that my text box now does not tank the frame rate more than a couple of FPS. I think any of the major frame drops is probably just because my PC is trying to do a lot all at the same time. PCs don't really generally like doing a lot all at the same time, especially not mine. Baby PC, baby CPU, and baby hardware. I say that. I'm pretty sure every game dev on Twitch that I've talked to is just like, how did you afford that graphics card? Well, I'll tell you how I afforded that graphics card. I saved up for it for years. So no, that is dangerous. Get out of here. Get out of here. Put a candle on. Get some soothment. Okay. So I guess the next step is to. We're not in game, are we? We are not in game. Excellent. The next step will be to get a test script onto an actual test actor with like a live thing, a live studio audience. Yeah, fire. So BPA test UMG handler. Good. We don't need that. I mean, oh shit, we probably do, but I actually meant to delete it from the scene so you don't get it. We don't get it in the scene. Let's just open that up again because it has all the code. It has all the code that we have to call an instance of one of these things. And then we need the PA NPC test. And you're gonna have variable You're going to have a variable script, which is going to be a script. Reference an instance object type script. This is where I always fuck it up. So we want it's not an instance object of TypeScript. That's the thing. But an asset object of TypeScript wake up. I'm trying, but my brain, look, okay. My brain, it just doesn't want to. Hey, Tally. How you doing? I'm just trying to figure out how exactly we get individual scripts onto individual NPCs, okay? Still sewing? Excellent. So what about class reference, hey? Because class references can be specified here. Oh. No, that's not it. That ain't it. That is not it. None. Now your brain is stalling too. Welcome to script object reference. Yes. Compile. And boom. You just let me set it? No way. It just let me set it. It just let me set my script object reference to test load case. Hey, what's going on? Typically, when you have an asset of default class, it won't let you specify an instanced object in the object of the default class. When you have to instance, you have to instance your NPC, and then that's surprisingly user-friendly. It's not meant to work like this, Tally. What's going on? I'm panicking. This isn't going to work when we go to ship. So what happens is, right? Okay, let's go to old Photoshop. I'll show you what's meant to happen, right? And why I'm panicking, okay? So we have defined an object class, right? NPC dot actor. Yeah? So we've defined this class. It's an NPC actor, and from this, I've done it wrong. It's meant to be in purple. Sorry. It's a do-over. Oh. There we go. So we have our class NPC, right? And from that, we can create NPC child objects and child classes, right? And NPC houses the core functionality for all NPCs, right? So all of the functions are going to be in the purple. So functions specific to NPC, right? And this could be like soldier NPC, right? And this has all the functions specific to a soldier NPC, right? And then we have Amy. right? Which is and this will have functions specific to the Amy Soldier NPC, right? And when we instance that in game, we have an object, Amy, right? Typically, when you specify an object reference instead of an object class reference, it will tell you that you cannot specify an object you cannot specify an object reference in the default class, right? So in the class of Amy, we might want I don't know, a float value, right? In the class of Amy, we might want a float value that's set throughout the whole thing, right? So f jump height, I don't know. And if we try and set f jump height, no, that's a terrible no that's a terrible no that's not how this works at all. You can put a float as a variable. We want an object variable in the class definition of Amy, right? And typically, because objects aren't instanced at compile time, the engine will have a problem with this because it doesn't know that there could be or could not be an object of this class, of this name, of this type available for the actor class, the Amy Soldier NPC actor class, to reference at runtime, which means usually in Unreal Engine 5.0 and before, it will tell you that you can't specify an object reference in the default class. You have to instantiate an object. You have to instantiate the object from the class first and then set the variable once it's in the game, right? Which makes perfect sense, right? Because the class is a blueprint on how to make multiple copies of a specific idea. And those multiple copies of specific ideas may not exist in a scenario where the object that you're trying to reference exists. For example, something in the scene. Hey, Witcher. Guess what's happening today? You have been bought a Bugatti by a Silicon Valley tech millionaire who wants to put you through school for master's degree without charge, and bonus, he'll pay medical as well. He doesn't want anything in return. Your teacher cancelled class. Okay. I was overreaching. How you doing, Witcher? Unfortunately, I wish. Everybody's here. I mean, basically everybody. I mean, there's 4 technically, 3.5, 4.5 if you count me, or 3 3/4. Anyway, I'm panicking because it's allowed me to specify an object, script of script type, test load case, and it's not complained at all. So we are meant to be using the AC conversation tree, are we not? Yeah, conversation state. Script of script class. It's like the 90s classic 3 Men and a Baby. I think I've seen that. I think I may have seen, like, okay, let's For the second, for the moment, let's add a component. Let's add AC conversation tree. This is going to be what am I struggling with? I'm struggling setting up a NPC dialog box tree function call. And also brain. Brain is always a big struggle. we need to go here. We need the add text to UMG. Right, okay. Oh. Creating life, basically. Oh boy, this is gonna get messy. This is gonna get very messy. So this is printing characters, but we actually need to. I don't know. I don't know what we actually need to do. So we need to do this three times, or as many times as there are lines in each conversation box, and then we need to do it for each conversation box on a continue. Okay. This is gonna be. This is gonna be. Conversation index, and then we're gonna have final conversation index. Yeah. This is a big variable get. to string text. Character array from string. Big sigh. It's just a bit of a complicated function, you know. It's a doozy. It's not a doozy. One of the thing. It is a thing of the one of the many thing that do thing. What mana itch doesn't go anywhere? Yeah. What? Itch.io. My itch link doesn't go anywhere? You're kidding. Goes to my itch page. Get out. Get out. The button doesn't work on Twitch. It does witch it. It does. You're making me second guess myself. The link on the bar works? There's a link on the bar. There is a link on the bar. The link on the bar also works. Why not for you? Lamau, you've been nerfed. You've been nerfed by the man, the Twitch man. The Witchit rage is immeasurable. What if my throne link works? Hold on. Panic. Check on my link. That's me. So we need a function. We need a function to iterate over the stuff. We need a function to iterate over the stuff. So I guess we need a event custom, and we need to add this is going to be what's it gonna be, widget? What's it gonna be called? Proceed dialogue. No. So if conversation index is greater than final conversation index, we're gonna set conversation index to 0. We're gonna get the text box, set this visibility to collapsed. And if it's false, we're gonna delay dot by 0.1 add text. Ugh. So Witcher Wednesday. What? Do you know what time GMT? Wednesday. Do you know what time GMT? Because you know how I said I didn't have a work. Now I have a work, but I finish early. So if it's GMT evening, we can maybe do something. Or afternoon, maybe. If it's GMT late night, obviously I can't do it. If it's GMT morning, I don't think any of us expected that. It's 7 p.m.-ish my time. That could work with Chip. That could work. That's 2 your time EST. Equatorial New Guinea Standard Time. That could work. I'd have a couple hours around about that time, maybe, perhaps. Fingers crossed. You believe there should be anything restricting your Wednesday after you drive back to the dorms? What? Dorms. What? And we've got to go into the player controller. Oh. We can, yeah, get out. Get. Game content, player. Smells like RPG talk. Oh boy, what is this? What is this hot nightmare we've got going on here? Oh, it's the new input system, right? Okay, line trace for objects. Right, this is where we left off last time, right? So this is enhanced input action IA interact, which I believe is E. We do a line trace for objects, forward on the forward vector from the camera to the center of the screen, blah, blah, blah. Break, hit, result, branch, get class, get objects, PA, NPC test, branch, true. To PA, test, I can type. And this can be pure because, guess what? B true in conversation. If in conversation is false, Uh, Your friend is currently arguing the rules regarding the scene from DED&D trailer. Uh-oh. 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 I like single-player games because there's only ever one player controller character to worry about, so if you ever need to do something to it, you can just get it from wherever. PA/NPC test. Text box. Get player character index player cast 2 CH player test. Set in conversation to false. But here, if we're in interact, we want to interact, but if we are in conversation, we actually want to do proceed dialogue instead. Go, man. Thank you for the 1-bit, Witch. I will go. Proceed dialogue. There you go. It has gone. It didn't hate it. So, draw debug type for duration. Yes, duration. 7, just to be sure. We're not going to be able to see it anyway because it's going to come out of the camera and it's a 2-dimensional object. It's a 1-dimensional object, so it's a line, yeah. So NPC test, we get our PA NPC test. Oh god, it doesn't have a model or anything. Capsule collision. I'll do. A little bit edge clipping, but whatever. We don't care about no edge clipping. So fingers crossed this won't bring up a text box instantly on our screen, because we've deleted the lad that does our instant text boxes on the screen. How close do we have to be? That is backwards, sir. That is backwards, yes. Congratulations. The raycast, congratulations, friend, is backwards. Is it? Oh, no, it is forwards. It's just not long enough. I see. I understand the problem. All right, okay. So allegedly, 333 units is not long enough. How about 2 kilo units, huh? 2 kilo units. Deal with it. Hmm? We play, we go in the game, we find our NPC, we talk to our NPC. Hi, NPC. Bop. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. That has not performed a successful raycast. The ray is red actually when it comes through me, and it's not green when it goes through Lad McGee. Interesting. Stop. Line trace for objects. Object types. Pawn. Yeah? Class defaults. Class settings. Parent class pawn. I don't know what you fucking want from me, buddy. Line trace by channel. For God's sake. Excuse me? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Okay, line trace by for objects did not work. For some strange reason, it did not want to test NPC. Test NPC. Great. That's it kind of works, but it is not adding any text, which is not what we wanted. So we go to PA test NPC, we go to conversation tree, and this is test load case, and this is conversation state 0. So your test load case should have a whole bunch of garbage data in it. Remember, we wrote to it. Remember. So it's putting a lad in the thing. I'm just thinking like maybe I didn't plug something in or what. We're getting test NPC in there, which is good. We are setting text box to text box, which is good. Clear text box, yes. Test text, yes. That's how we test text, right? Correct? Incorrect? Test text. Test text. Create UMG char2 widget. Make st text format. Text add child content return it. That's yeah. Delay animate text ni. Animate text ni. And when we're complete, we don't need to do anything. So we select this. We go to details. Is that it? Auto activate. We have not activated the conversation, the script. Is it throwing us a little problem? Test NPC? No. Test NPC? No. Friend, where is your text? Where is your text, friend? Yeah, this definitely has a lot of stuff in it. I am the test load case. Congratulations, you have successfully loaded the test load case. You should be printing this to the screen. No word of a lie. So I don't know why it isn't. So this is working. So we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of this, and we can get rid of that. So that is now cromulent, or as cromulent as it can be. So interact, we'll have a look at the interact option. Interact option, create UMG text box widget. I understand the problem. we aren't calling add text ever. I am a brain. Shh, 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 shh. Don't focus on it, kids. Don't. I just said don't focus. I see you focusing on it. I see you seeing me not writing out a function and then not forgetting plug it into the function call. Get out of there. CYT. CY. What do you mean CYT? I feel like you're swearing at me here, kid. CYT. Congratulations, you have. Okay, and I see where the problem is, but I don't see the problem. If you know what I mean. Loop body, right? I think I see. I think I see the problem. Okay. For loop with step. I can't believe we had to do this. 0, 2, in, loop body, next index. I can't believe we have to jump through this stupid loophole because there's a delay next to a for loop. And the engine just can't deal with the idea of having a delay in a for loop because it wants to go through these loops as fast as possible because it's an efficient, brutal machine. Congratulations. 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 Why is it speaking when there's a space, for one thing? Why is it speaking when there's a space, for one thing? Why is this not icy? It still doesn't. Still does not. It still does not tell me. Equal case insensitive. Exactly equal case string space. Boolean. Boolean. Oh, for fuck's sake. Not a Boolean. If that's gonna work. Pray for me, kids. I'm going a little bit crazy here today. What the fuck? The first line works fine. The second line just... Is that what you want? You want me to call the next index as well? How much hand-holding do you need, friend? Kids, I'm dissociating. What the fuck is going on? We don't need you, okay? We don't need you as much as a 5e player. What? Fucking do it. Okay. I don't care if you say something. I don't care if you make the noise on a space, but I will be extremely offended if this doesn't print all the text correctly into the box. Okay. So now we have to figure out why it refuses to acknowledge the existence of the space. Not this. We don't need this. UMG text box? Is this it? Event graph? So if it is exactly equal to, if it is exactly equal to a space, if it is not exactly equal to the character space, if it is not exactly equal to the character space, and it is past the punctuation text, play sound, animate entry. Black Boy Titan, no. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, friendly Raiders and friendly Black Boy Titans. Hang on. Hang on. Looks very similar to the thing you were just working on again. Get out of it. How you feeling, Raiders? Thank you for the raid, Black Boy Titan. We should give a very friendly shout out to the very friendly character text fun and stuff. Let me tell you about character text and fun and stuff. 3 FPS video game confirmed. It's me going crazy. I'm sorry. I don't have my headset on, so I can't hear it. Why didn't any of you say? Why didn't any of you tell me that it wasn't making a noise? Jesus Christ, I'm so embarrassed. Oh my god. I am actually going crazy. I could hear the bops in my head. I could hear the bops, but there were no bops to be heard. No. You're sewing? You're sewing. Are the NPCs in my head talking to me again? At this point, I am an NPC in my own head. There's a further improvement that we can make to this in PA NPC test. We don't have to do for loop with step for first index, last index, because we're getting this. We've got this. We just get last index. We just get last index from the thing that we're getting, huh? Deal with it. That's such a messy blueprint now. Thanks, Unreal. So this should reduce the delay in the printed text strings by cutting out all of the empty space. Anyway, I will end you. Yes. But also no. We could do a branch. We could do a... Am I trying to overcomplicate this thing? I mean, it works. It does technically work. You've forgotten your last index was 30. Congratulations. Yeah, okay. So if index is greater than last index, we're going to put a boolean back in here. Okay. Witness me. If the index is greater than the last index of the character string that we've loaded, technically working is the best kind of working. We actually want that to be the other one, don't we? If the index we're working on is less than the final index, is less than the less than or equal to because we don't want to skip the last character in the string. True. False. And now it should skip over without delay or animation the empty spaces. It's not going to make a sound on the empty spaces because we've already curtailed that specific bug. So it should still print 30 characters per line, 31 characters per line. And it should, I swear to God, I will rebel. It doesn't. The branch needs to be in a different location. The branch needs to be here. So if you're wondering what I'm working on, it's a cool... It's a cool educational video game about leafcutter ants. And we're working on this with Mr. Blunt and Mrs. Lita over at Science Streams to help engage the children in learning about genetics from a young age, because it's an important part of biology that is often glazed over due to its complexity. Get fucking wrecked, son. Right now, I'm working on the text box implementation so that we can talk to the NPCs in the game, ostensibly talk to them. Can harvest the data that would be placed within them through our eye holes. And I spent a good long time making the box nice and scrunchy, so it can go real small and it can go real big. But the character spacing is equidistant because we're using a monospaced font. The character size scales nicely with the size of the box, even down to a potato size. And yeah, we have a successful 31 by 3 grid of characters basically to populate. It makes a little bop sound when you talk to the lad, animates each character as it puts into the thing. We fixed the FPS drop. It was the scale box. You don't need a scale box when you're dealing with vector rendered graphics, and you don't need the other one. The render target. Starry Night, how you doing? We should give you a little extra shout out for Science Streams, the lovely stream that we're working with on this game. I don't want to say they're the brains behind the project. They're the brains behind the science of the project. They're the impetus from whence the project was arrived from. I'm technically the brains behind the project, which is worrying at some degree. But it will be an open world action adventure game, kind of like a Banjo-Kazooie maybe, kind of like a Banjo-Kazooie game, like a Bugs Life game. Getting ready for sleep, to have to travel early in the morning. Ooh, have a nice trip. I hope it's a fun trip, and not a not fun trip. Yeah, so it'll be a nice. I have some screenshots for this thing. I can get you some screenshots of the progress that we've made and then had to delete entirely. So it'll give you a small glimpse into what it's gonna look like, I guess. So we're running on the Engine 5. There's plans for a Nintendo port. You will make it fun travel even if it isn't. Excellent. Yes, good motto. So if I just have a little Scooby-Doo to the science server, and then I have a Scooby-Doo into the extreme secret. Oh, there's a message in here. What the hell? Who's in here? Right. Okay. So this is the text box that we're working on. Here are some of the interior designs. So we've got some marble arches. Obviously, all anthills have got marble arches in. Didn't you know? But dirt tunnels, marble floors. It was just kind of to see how well mega assemblies would scale with performance. It's a lit interior, as it were. You know, like a little intersection. I was using the marble floor to just align everything up, but it ended up just being part of it anyway. some tunnels, some spooky tunnels, some depth fog, throne. We got some Lux Eterna, wall mushrooms for lighting sconces. Kind of the kinds of things that maybe don't make too much difference, but make a little bit of difference. A lot of the assets have been provided by Mr. Balint from Science Streams, doing very good 3D modeling works and very compatible with Nanite. They're very high poly meshes that have been provided, and they will be scrunched with Nanite very effectively. Got a little view from the beach here. So leaf cutter are native to a couple of places in South America. We decided, I decided that the coast of Costa Rica would be the best optimum prime real estate for this kind of thing. Because I mean, why would you not want to play a video game? You love the candles? Yes, the candle models are great, and I spent far too long making a candle shader for the wick. It boosts you to sleep. But yeah, this was the coastline that I had planned originally. There's a nice I have actually a folder of reference. Well, thank you for seeing it. I have a folder of reference here. We have reference archive Costa Rica. So here's my Costa Rican reference archive, which I have stolen gleefully from the Y-Tubes. Turns out, yeah, cool. So rocks and minerals. This is a large constituent part of the mainland of Costa Rica, Gabbro. But actually on the coast, it's mostly granite because there is a lot of silicate sand. And this is important, okay? If you're making a science game, the whole thing got to be science. You can't have any wishy-washies. Can't have any. Anyway, this is the location where it's at. It looks a lot bigger in the in-game shot because you play as an ant and it's scaled up appropriately. Some of the local flora fauna of the Costa Rica, shamelessly stolen from a guy's blog. But yes, this is the kind of the vibe that we're going for. They have these really cool green crystal balls inside the caverns, which is pretty cool. This kind of crystal formation. It's very cool. Some gabbro. I'm not obsessed, I promise, but it's very green, very lush, very jungly. And we're gonna try and make it as green and lush and jungly. Here we go. Melantorite, stalagmites, and stalactites. It's a cupric. It's a cupric quartz-like crystal composite that isn't actually a regular crystal shape, but forms crystal-shaped things. It's really weird. You can look it up. And there's also tourmaline production in Costa Rica. Here we go. Ocean floor map of the area that we were looking at, which is big old trench there off the coast. I don't think we'll get that far out. So this picture is probably useless, but this is the top view aerial thing. There's going to be some quest stuff here. There's going to be the main hub thing here. There's going to be some quest stuff here and here and here. And, you know, there'll be stuff scattered around, stuff to do, things to see, places to meet, NPCs to talk to with the beautiful new NPC thing. I do have a second project, the RPG, but we won't talk about that right now because it's on hold for this project because this project is collaborative. One more time for the books. Now the big question is, if I wanted to put a pause in the thing, if I wanted to put a pause in the text, can I now use spaces to do that? Because it checks for the last index, and the last index is just for the thing. So if we go to test load case, in fact, let's not. Let's go to the EUW scriptwriter. Let's load test load case. Hello. I am the test load. Yes, I am the test load case. Congratulations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's add 5 spaces, so that should be a full second. No, a half second of delay. And then, oh. Yeah, congratulations. Test load case. Save, overwrite, play. Script C. Game, testing, content, NPC, test, load case is in use. Running the editor with no load startup packages may help if this load object is loaded at startup. It's not, but I understand why. Test load case wasn't created. This asset is referenced by other content. Poopy. As a blacksmith, can you sharpen a needle? You can sharpen whatever you want to, but why would you want to sharpen a needle unless you were doing acupuncture? You don't really need typically massively sharp needles to do sewing, do you? You just need to be able to fit through the weave or the fabrics that you're going through. Guess maybe if you got a tight weave, you'd need a thin, sharp needle, but I mean physically it's no problem to make something pointy. That's typically the job of the blacksmith, to make the thing pointy. It's your favorite and it's getting dull. You're gonna have to head off. Thank you me for creating things. Thank you for stopping by, Starry. I hope you have a nice travel again. Hope you have a nice sleep as well. Turns out EUW scriptwriter can't save to our object because it's referenced by the NPC who's opened it, and there's no flipping garbage collection. That's a problem. That is a problem. Save. Yes. Yeah, can't do it. Okay, yeah, okay. Alright. It's not because I opened it, is it? Yeah, we don't have it open, do we? No, we don't have it open. Content browser, test load case. I am the test load case. I can do it here. No. Once it's been loaded, this asset can't interact with it, apparently. But we should have a small delay now after congratulates. Should be 0.4 of a second. Would a 600 grit diamond be sufficient? Probably be a bit rough. If you could go outside and find yourself a nice slab of sandstone or grit or grain. The grain on a 600 grit stone would be what? 1.3 micron? I say it's rough. If you can find yourself a piece of sandstone outside and a piece of granite or marble, that would probably do you better. Because you'd be able to you don't, underside of a cup, you want to have the rough abrasive material also be redundant? No. You want it to destroy as you grind, because if you grind on a diamond plate, you're going to have a very flat surface, and you're going to have to spend a lot of effort maintaining a very circular. If you had a drill, like a micro drill, that could make a diamond stone easier to use. I mean, it would work. I'm not going to tell you it won't work. It will definitely work, but you'll have to concentrate a lot more in keeping it not flat. Because if you do a one swipe and you don't turn the needle as you grind, you'll end up with a flat side on your needle, and your needle will get exponentially thin, exponentially fast. So I would probably recommend, if you just need to touch it up, a natural stone that will flake away underneath the pressure of a piece of steel, like a sandstone, and then a very fine polishing thing, maybe just some autosol, if you have some autosol lying around. Kind of compliant materials to grind stuff that's spherical, circular, because it's kind of like grinding a lens. It's been raining. All the better, the stones will be wet for you. But yeah, I'd like, unless you want a flat edge, using a flat stone is is difficult. And in most cases, you want something. You have ceramic cups, yeah, but ceramic is very hard. Like you don't want to go. Just do whatever, Tally. Just be very gentle with it. I'm not telling you to go outside. I'm saying it will be easier if you have a compliant grinding material like pitch. Pitch or sandstone, something that's gonna collapse into the shape of the thing that you're grinding and make it easier for you to maintain the shape of the thing that you're grinding. If you have a flat piece of aluminium or steel that's embedded with diamonds, it's not going to move underneath a tiny needle at all. It will move a little bit, but not realistically at all. Microns, we're talking. Minuscule amounts of space. So we can't edit a lad when he's been referenced, which sucks. What was the point in making this then? Right, you forgot it was voluntary. That should be a full second delay. That should be a full second delay. There is no delay. He just steamrolls. He just fucking goes in full ham. This is going to print underscores though, isn't it? Ooh, didn't print any underscores. It just skipped them. I think I understand the problem. Unfortunately, it requires closing the engine, reopening the engine, double checking the asset's integrity. Ten asset editors, wow. I must have been going full crazy. Okay, we got underscores. Let's play the game. There's our NPC. No, sir. Does not want to print underscores. Interesting bug. And I'm pretty sure it's not in this. Yeah, it makes the char. it just doesn't animate the chart, which I am bamboozled, fully bamboozled. Yeah. Let's just check if we can advance through conversations only, though. Good. It deletes any characters beyond the line. That's good. And to see if I did the things in the right order, or if I am zero brain cell. I mean, it works for the most part. It's frustrating how we don't have some rigid way of asking the lad if it's a space or not. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It's skipping underscores. There are punctuation marks in here. Sorry, it's just a bit mesmerizing. Right. Okay, it's 5:15. So we will potentially have to chase that bug in a brief while. Because now it's time to break to begin the Trackmania segment of the video. Unpause the recording, sewed the pant leg together. That's a GG, I'm afraid. That is a GG. It's a shadow or something over there. Weird. Yeah. PA and PC test. Hinders the leg getting through. So perhaps. I think. Do you think we understand the problem here? Do you see the problem? The object that it's referencing in memory is not the same object that it is not referencing, not in memory. You know what I mean? But it is in memory, but it's not in... What? Okay. Let's make a new one. Because if we make a new one... Okay, so PA and PC test. Test script alpha. Compile. Save. Default open. Save. Play. That works perfectly fine. There is no problem. The problem is not with our function or with the way any of our code has been written. The problem lies with how assets are handled inside the game engine. Because there's no garbage collection in the game engine. If you load something to be attributed to something in the game, it will stay in memory until you close the editor. Yes. Second problem. Because it will stay in memory till you close the game, and because it loads the scene when you load the editor, and because we had the thing in the thing already in the thing, when we loaded the scene, remember, it gave us that error and it said to turn that function off that will stop loading things at runtime. There is actually no bug. Okay. So the question is now, how do we solve this so that we can edit a script and then give the actor the edited script rather than the script it thinks it has had edited? There is no way, really. You just have to be cognizant of applying the scripts to the game. Unless... But that's not right. Because if you go to the content browser, Tesla case has, yeah, count all the way up to 0. Oh, no, that's the... That's the fucking title. I'm an idiot. This whole time. Don't. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there was no bug. I'm just an idiot, and oh my god, I can't. I can't. I cannot. I can't. Let's stay calm. Let's stay calm. I can't deal with this. Deep breath. I'm not dealing with this. That's when you say the George Carlin mantra. George Carlin, George Carlin, George Carlin, Carlin, George Carlin. Stay calm and carry on. I'm gonna stay calm and fucking do something. Rat shit, bat shit, dirty old twat. 69 assholes tied in a knot. Hooray, lizard shit fuck. Hi mod. I'm Auto. Bullying tally. Bullying is not tolerated. I think auto mod. Shit and then sheet and then fuck. Set that off. I don't know why. I think auto mod's just getting a little bit aggressive on the old, you know what I'm saying? Right, okay. So to review, we have a testable conversation thing available. Like we already have a function like in conversation tree, right? For update conversation state conversation tree, yeah. But it requires a function call in the baby event custom. Oops. Update conversation. Now, I know what you're all gonna say, Mana. You really wanted to have selectables, optionables in your conversation, but I think that's something for another day. And it is possible. It is possible entirely to do it with this update conversation. We should probably initialize the conversation index when we do this. Because I don't think from our design philosophy we're going to have a state where we're going to go from a conversation tree to another conversation tree halfway down. That would be silly. So, in fact, we have this, right? We have this. What if we collapse the function initialize the conversation state machine? Lovely. So now when we update the conversation branch, we're going to reinitialize the conversation state machine, which I think is correct. We're going to probably have to have a branch in here too. Which is going to be... get script. Get conversations. Last index. Less equal. Less equal true. Print string. File. Referencing. Perfect. Lovely. Grand. Great. Gribules. I'm going to take my headset off now. Even though I enjoy the sound of the conversation bot going... It's very soothing. It freaks me out not being able to hear things. Speaking of lizards, shout out Zendrea. Apparently she's bringing back the lizard. Apparently she's bringing back the old dragoon. Who would have guessed? Great news for everybody, I'm sure. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. What's that noise? Good. I'm glad. Snacks! Pragmatic entropy. What? It's technically speaking, everything is just in your head. True. True woo woo. That's very. That's deep. That's too deep for my streams. Sorry. I feel like I recognize your username, Pragmatic Entropy. And Snacks, how you doing? How was your stream? I think I missed the last 10 minutes. Test text? I don't think so. We probably gonna need to rename that. You hope lurking brings some joy while in work stroke hell. It does. It does. It really does. There's good yelling at chat is always fun. Excellent. Yes. Yes. I would very much like to tidy this up as well, so... That, they don't even pertain to this. They go all the way over here, so they can go all the way over there. Instantly, it's a lot tidier, isn't it? Wow. Just like that. As a retired person, you can say that oftentimes you miss working and having a thing to work towards. No bad chatters. Always bad chatters. Everybody... They were causing a ruckus, Tally. They were causing a ruckus. Hmm. Hmm. Had to turn off the sound when the AMSMR happened. You couldn't sew straight. And then forgot. Chat and Snacks found out it's possible to miss a key that makes gameplay easier. The diamond key? There was a diamond key, right? That's the one we're talking about? The spade key. This is kind of ugly, isn't it? That's not too bad, I guess. I mean, it kind of is, but... And everyone was telling you go the way, go with the key, but you didn't have the key so you can go the way. Oh. Maybe I should play a Resident Evil game one day. They just seem so fun and easy. And easy and fun. Like the complete opposite of the Trackmania game. Send help. Uh we need some mental health games. We'll play Cooking Mama. We'll play Cooking Mama. We'll play Harvest Moon. Some gentle game. The thing that I don't enjoy about making video games is that sometimes when you want a player to experience a thing, a lot of the things that you have to string together in the code are entirely, I mean, not coincidental, but like unlinked. For example, if we wanted to give the player an item the first time you interact with a thing, there'd be a flag at the start of the thing. There'd be a Boolean set. You know, item given, no. And then when you talk to them, it would be like item given, no, yes, give item, set item given to yes, and then do the interact, rather than having the item giving being tied to the conversation piece that it's tied to. Because if it was tied to the conversation piece that it was tied to, there's a chance you could trigger it more than one time. So it's still a chance you can trigger it more than one time, but there's also the chance that you'd not be able to not trigger it. Which brings me to my second point. Once you've unlocked a certain thing through a certain thing, redundancy mode, that you should probably have a way of getting the thing back just in case you go full potato, full out of bounds mode. Thoughts on the stream? Yes? Yes. No, I agree. Yes. Also, if you haven't already, be checking out Snacks. They have a good time stream. And you got plenty of time to prepare for it too. Most Sundays. Hype. I think it looks nice enough, right? This is very important. This is very important. This makes the whole thing work every time you get. This is what makes it work. Because this is ubiquitous. This is... What'd you call it? This is the basicest code. Hey Mana, why haven't you told me you live near a public racetrack? That is not a public racetrack. That is a hospital. Just because it's in the shape of a ring, you know, and sometimes cars drive fast around there. Usually ambulances. Usually the ambulances that drive fast around there. Not a racetrack. Sometimes there's not ambulances that drive fast around there. Anyway, I was thinking about something to do with this. It's in Yorkshire. There's plenty of public racetracks and private racetracks in Yorkshire. No clue how big that is. Yorkshire's a medium-sized area inside a small country called England. It's about... In fact, let's look it up. Dear Google. How big is Yorkshire? 11,903 square kilometers. York is 33.7 square kilometers. Leeds is 111.6 square kilometers. And Kingston upon Hull, 71.45 square kilometers. Notable, famed land of the pudding. Exactly. How big is the whole of Yorkshire? Is Yorkshire bigger than London? What is the population of Yorkshire? Yorkshire Wikipedia. What? Formerly known as the County of York. It's a historic in northern England, the largest by area size in the United Kingdom. Whoa! Because of this large area comparison with other English counties, functions have been undertaken over its time by its subdivisions, which have also been subject to periodic reform. Throughout these changes, Yorkshire continues to be recognised as geographical territory and a cultural region. Yours is 11303. Huh? Interesting. Oh. Name is familiar, well understood across the Yorkshire. Is used common in the wait, what? The name is familiar. Wait, what? And used across the United Kingdom and is common use in the media and the military. Okay, why? Also features titles used carries similar administrations in North Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, East Riding of the East Riding of Yorkshire. That's fake. Explains all the acid. Yes. Within the borders of the historic county of Yorkshire, large stretches of countryside, including the Yorkshire Dales, North Yorkshire Moors, Peak District, National Parks. 3 national parks. I didn't even know. I thought there was just one. I thought it was just the YDNP. Yorkshire has been nicknamed God's own country by its people. Nobody else calls it that, apparently. The emblem of Yorkshire is the white rose, the English Royal House of York, and the most commonly used flag representative of Yorkshire is the white rose and the blue field, which, after nearly 50 years of use, was recognised by the Flag Institute on the 29th of July 2008. 50 years of use? Only? 2008, 1958. Are you kidding? I swear this flag's older than that, man. People been portraying that since a very long time ago. Didn't they have a war about that kind of thing? Yorkshire Day, held annually on 1st of August, is a celebration and general culture of Yorkshire ranging from its history to its dialect. Yorkshire Day, 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 Yorkshire Day. Did not know about this. Yorkshire is covered by different government region offices. Most of the county falls within Yorkshire and the Humber, the extreme northern part of the country, such as Middlesbrough, Redcar, Holwick, and Stratford, falls within northeast England. Small areas in the west of the country covered by the northwest England region. Do they have HD TVs in Scarborough? No. Your dyslexia saw author time? Yes. Ancient 500 Hen Ogledd, Celtic Brigantes, and Parisi. Early inhabitants of what is now Yorkshire were the Hen Ogledd Beorhtric Celts, Old Northern British Celts, formed separate tribes, the Brigantes, known in the northwest ridings of Yorkshire, and the Parisi East Riding. Brigantes controlled territory which later become all of northern England, more territory than most Celtic tribes in the Great Isle of Britain. 6 of the 9 Brigantian poleis, described by Claudius Ptolemaeus in Geographica, fall within the historic county. Nice. Polis, city, ancient Greek city. Why would you? Okay. Good. The Parisi, who controlled the area that would become the East Riding of Yorkshire, might have been related to the Parisi Lieutenant Parisium Gaul, known today as Paris. What? Parisiers squares? What? Help. Germanic landings, 500s to 1000s, 800s, 900s, Jorviks. Eric Bloodaxe's reign, Scandinavian York, Jorvik, Danish, Norwegian York. Northumbria, modern Yorkshire, during the period of the 9th century. The first half of the 10th century, it was dominated by Norse warrior kings in particular. Used to refer to York City controlled by these kings. Norse monarchy controlled varying amounts of Northumbria from 875 to 954. However, the area was invaded and conquered in short periods by England. Oop. Oop. Between 927 and 954 before eventually being annexed into England in 954. Closely associated with the much longer-lived Kingdom of Dublin, the longest-lasting Norse kingdom in Ireland. Wow. Throughout this period. Army of Danish Vikings and Great Heathen Army, as its enemies often referred to it, invaded Northumbria territory in 866 AD. The Danes conquered and assumed what is now Jorvik, making the capital city of the now Danish kingdom. In the name, the area covered most southern Northumbria, roughly equivalent to the borders of Yorkshire extending further west. Danes went on to cover an even larger area of England, afterwards known as the Danelaw, but whereas most of the Danelaw was still English land, albeit in submission to Viking overlords, it was the Kingdom of Jorvik, the only true Viking territory in mainland Britain, was ever established. The kingdom prospered, taking advantage of the vast trading network of the Viking nations, established coastal ties of British Isles, Northwest Europe, Mediterranean, and the Middle East. Nice. Nice to see you also erect statues to people born before Christ. Constantine. Nope. He was born after Christ, sorry. Sorry. War of the Roses. Ooh. Close enough. Anyway, that's enough of your Yorkshire history lesson for one day, I think. It's 8:30, kids. We've gotten most of what we intended to do today done. Sword and shield people. Sword and shield people. Yeah. And people who didn't care about Christ being born, you know. Like a bunch of people from Norway. and Denmark. You need a history degree to know half of the statues are of. True. True. I will now refer to all people as statues as Claudio Claudanius, just because it's not even a real name. I mean, why not? All statues as well, even modern art statues, which don't show a figure at all, just maybe some shape, some feeling expressed through marble. Yeah. I'm going to squitch this. I don't like it. I'm going to move these, and then they will be moved. And then that's it. I'm still in recovery mode, kids. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Focusing on these little greebly boys is hard for a long period of time. The racetrack is called Oliver's Mount. Scarborough. Oliver's Mount Racing. This is not the racetrack that I thought you were talking about. There is, however, a racetrack there on Scarborough. Fucking... That's a train. That's a train from York. Oh, whoa, ooh. Oh, right on the coast. Oliver's Mount Racing. Mount as in... mount as in something that you mount rather than it is a hill climb. Let's have a look at it. Memorial in, S is out, back straight, Memorial out. Doris hairpin, mountainside hairpin. Okay, I guess it goes up a hill. Jeffries jumps. That sounds dangerous. What gave it away that it was by the coast? I think it was the. I mean, we all know that Scarborough's on the coast. I didn't see any sea, so we can't trust it. But the map on Wiki is better. There's a wiki. Oliver's Mount, Wikipedia. High ground overlooking Scarborough. Oh, okay. Camping caravan is selected times a year. 10 football pitch. 10. Hang on. What the? Hang on. Oliver's. Hang on. There's some kind of recreational zone. 10 football pitches. 1 rugby pitch. In the past, a small school and a cafe. Primarily known for its motorcycle races. Oliver's Mount first held a motorcycle race in 1946. Continue to hold motorcycle circuit racing today. Holds the car rally and car hill climber events. Yes. Cars raced here twice in 1955 56. No, twice. Twice ever. Oliver's Mountain Summit was final classified limb on the 3rd stage of the Tour de Yorkshire cycle race. Nice. There is no map of the track. Oh no, there is. This is significantly different to what we saw on Google. The S's Quarry Hill, Farm Bends, don't like that chicane. Do not enjoy chicane. Doris hairpin. I see there's a club circuit here. You can do a little club circuit. A little club circuit in. Oh yeah, cute. Memorial Jeffries jump. That looks very scary. It reminds me of that turn from Brands Hatch, where you go down and you swoop. It's the other way. It's the other-handed turn. But do you know what I mean? I played a lot of Assetto Corsa when I got my steering wheel. It was a very scary game. Very scary to drive those, because you don't there's no consequence to crashing your car in Assetto Corsa, right? It's the car. You don't have to pay to repair it. And you don't die. But it's scary because there's a pressure to not spin your fucking car out of control like a lunatic. I don't know. I feel a lot of pressure when I play that game. I don't know, it's kind of basic. I don't like the fact that it has like a 19 happens, but yeah. No, not versed in tarmac racing. It's closed. I mean, why wouldn't it be open at 8 p.m.? Come on. You could only name Daytona. Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch. This turn exactly right here. You come out of a turn here, and you go down a straight, and then you round here, round here. Because it looks like you got to slow down for it, but it's actually a really fast turn. You got to slow down for the turn after that one there, and then there's a huge straight. Scariest shit. It is so unbelievably no. Even on a video game, man. Indianapolis is one right. I think it's two rights, isn't it? Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Oh, there's 4 turns on that one, Reno. It's the one that we were thinking of. There's one which has got a track on the inside. That's this, right? This has the GP circuit on the inside, not just the speed ring. Is it Sebring? No. Yeah, this. Road course. All lefts, actually. God damn it. But I know there's one that looks like an egg, and that is just one turn because it never stops. There are no straights. What is that? Daytona is the Dorito? Ah, Daytona. What is that? What is that? What the hell kind of car is that? It's not a Formula. It looks like a... That looks nice. Funny car? I don't think so. Almost looks like Car Sport, but it's got a spoiler on the front. You can't nosebug in that. Formula 2/3. Might be an Indy 500, I don't know. It's an Indy 500 car. How much can I buy an Indy 500 for? 80 for a replica, a toy even. Race a vintage Indy 500 sports car 1970 Sport Midget F1, £1,000. Actual car? Delivered? To my house? £1,000 for an F1 car? Sorry, an Indy 500. It's eBay, so it'll instantly dox me. Rare vintage race car for sale. 1 high detail. 1/18th precision metal body. Fuck out of here, 1/18th precision metal body. Fuck you. I don't want a 1/18th scale precision metal body car. I want an Indy 500 car shipped to my house. And no, it's another toy. Is there a single person selling a real car on the internet these days? Who's spending £1,000 on a toy car? Don't look at me. 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 It's called the Indy 500 because the race is the length of 500 McDonald's, or whatever they use for measurements. Yes. Exactly. 500 McDonald's. And as we know, a McDonald's is 10 McDonald's tables wide, and a McDonald's table is 5 feet wide, so it's 50 feet every McDonald's. 500 times 50 is 2,500 feet every lap. 500 laps. I'm sorry, Reno. This is your culture. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I can't. We've been sat here just doing nothing for 15 minutes. I'm tired. We've made huge progress and we found out that I am actually just an idiot. Big poggies. Turns out you can edit any of the fields you want to. You just have to edit the field that you want to and not the title of the field that you wanted to edit. Goddamn. Anyway, so let me do my talk out. We'll go raid somebody. So thank you everyone for coming to watch the live video. Came to watch the live video. I know it was a bit short today, and the recorded video also a bit short today, but it is what it is. Thank you, Witchit, for the bit. Thank you, Black Void Titan and Tally Bickard for the raids. Thank you, Bumblebee Transformer, for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy it here. And thank you everyone for coming to watch the video on demand. If you can watch the video on demand, I know these have been low energy recently. You don't know any of Tally's stereotypes? Uh-oh, don't go down that hole. Don't go down that. I know they've been low energy, but it's the way it is. I've been ill, and I know it's kicked my ass. I'm getting better, I think. I hope. I feel like I'm getting better. Things hurt less, but I'm really tired still, so we'll just deal with it. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.